3 active evolution orbs. So
how many Olivians did we see in the deck?
just one.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay, so we're at most going to see 6 evolves.
Right, at most.
Time for me to prove myself.
All right, it looks like the Bloodcraft list is unleashed here. There it is in the open can. No mulligan. No mulligan. 3, 2, 1.
That's right. So in hand. Oh no!
Of course.
No. All right, fine.
That's an opening hand, though.
Playing against an Aggro Forestcraft. Unfortunately, the Dragoncraft deck did get banned out, so we don't get to see what cool tech that was. But we'll get to see the Shadow deck and the Blood deck. Blood deck, a little mix. Of course, when you do add control elements to an aggressive deck, sometimes your hands can look a little awkward. Revelation, of course, being on top of those early game followers.
Yeah. It's very true. Now the Spiderweb Imp craze is going to begin, and Wood of Brambles is very effective against it, but the Spiderweb Imp's defense value is still so high.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like the opening salvo of KAKUSAKI's deck is very good against Aggro Forest. Urius, Spiderweb Imp, Disagreeable Demon, like all cards that just kind of fill up the board. Really hard to get through.
Definitely want to be finding the card draw or the particular options here, because KAKUSAKI is very quickly going to be running out of the opportunity to make maximum benefit out of those cards.
Yep.
I'm not doing this
But
for you.
the ward spam is...
It's pretty effective against this early game from GOMMS here. That was a pretty good pickup, though.
yeah.
So he can clear board here if he wants to, but then again, if he clears board, he'll clear his own board.
Which, again, with this flexible deck, KAKUSAKI might not be too worried about that.
Yeah, I don't think he is. As long as he's not taking a million early damage, you know what I mean? He can always come back, of course, with cards like Diabolic Drain, Revelation to clear boards. Revelation, another card that can hit Hyperia.
Yeah. I suppose the most dangerous thing here for GOMMS is that, especially if he can't push a lot of face damage here, GOMMS doesn't have things like Elf Queen or Wolf or Elephant or anything like that.
Nothing the crazy combo in the late game. However, he does have Roaches. There are some Roach combos that he can do, and Roach has traditionally been pretty solid against most Blood strategies, but we'll see.
Yeah, Roach kind of is the one big thing that GOMMS does have, but with this package, right, there's not a lot of 0 drops. There's not a lot of bounces, right? We've only really seen Airbound Barrage. I don't know how many copies of Nature's Guidance is being run in here. But
probably not any.
Yeah, and so even the Roach game plan is not that astounding, you know?
It's not, and honestly, we haven't even really seen them being drawn lately. Just kind of sitting in the deck here, kind of hiding.
Yeah, Goblin Mage is not really an option
for
these aggro forest decks, so the Roach is much less of this heavy-hitting kind of bounce again and again, one-turn kill cards, and it's much more like a supplement.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's very interesting to me, honestly, to not see Combo Forest be a part or a bigger part of unlimited formats. You know what I mean? Like, in my mind, it's still very strong, especially against a deck like this Vengeance Blood deck. I mean, you set up this combo on turn 6 or turn 7, turn 8. It's really hard to do anything about. But this Aggro Forest Craft seems to be the pick, or at least the choice for the SEAO region as the Forest Craft deck to bring.
All right. We've got Liza on the table here, plus a Fairy, and trying to figure out the board trade scenario, and probably going to have to just use an Evolution Orb and deal with it.
Yep, does have Insect Lord plus Airbound Barrage. So a lot of cool options to clear off this board. Really just depends on how he wants to do it.
Yep. Nice.
I like it. Reusing Wood of Brambles. We've talked about this many times. Wood of Brambles, the more often you can play it during a game, the easier and easier it is to kind of whittle away at the board and produce what you need to. And this is a great card here. Very hard to deal with. Can't even use that Diabolic Drain to clear anything anymore.
Yeah. This is when you start worrying a little bit about not having things like Mask of Black Death, you know?
This is a really insane setup, actually, against KAKUSAKI. So even that Scarlet Savoir, not really effective against this Liza board, and then Leaf Man's going to come down next turn to replicate that effect, and it's just going to be turn after turn of not being able to deal with his board.
Yeah, I think this aggressive pool, and a lot of it came down to the early game for KAKUSAKI, right? Vengeance Blood doesn't typically have these options like Revelation or whatnot to draw into. He drew 2 of them, plus a Diabolic Drain. Yep. So that kind of hurts, and no Belphegor means you don't even have an additional option to shuffle for your early game choices, which, you know, we talk about the flexibility of the deck, but things always come at a cost, right? More flexibility is probably less consistency.
Honestly, yeah, I don't see a way around GOMMS just being able to deal a ton of damage. Usually you want to play safe around Vengeance. You don't want to knock him too early. But I believe with the board that he can present, he might be okay with it.
Oh.
It's pretty rough, though. I mean, he
Yeah.
really can only get in 5. Well, no, actually, I'm sorry. He can get in 8
Leaf
damage.
Man, Leaf Man Evolve.
Leaf Man Evolve.
Which
That's-
probably, I mean, why would you not do that, right?
I
That
don't
feels
see,
like.
Yeah, I don't see why not. It's the best way to get in your damage now, and then the revelation will have to happen in, like, another turn, which is still really late.
And there's not really a good. I mean, his options are still the same, right? If the spell block was so troublesome for KAKUSAKI last turn,
It's not going to get any better.
it's not going to change.
He's going to probably have to play that Sabar just to heal and evolve into something at that point, which is not going to feel great. And it allows GOMMS to really top deck anything he needs to kind of finish out this game, but we'll see.
All right, think about it.
Yeah, really thinking about if he wants to use the Leaf Man or if he wants to get some advantage out of Insect Lord, Elf Child May, something like that.
Thinking.
Now, realistically, he can hold the Leaf Man and only set KAKUSAKI to 11 this turn, and that way he can Leaf Man while he pushes into Vengeance to kind of play around the Revelation.
Yeah.
So, a couple different ways he can take this.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll and it keeps Diabolic Drain from going crazy as well. Looks like the Insect Lord is going to be the choice here, I would imagine. Oh, he actually just trades a follower.
Wish I tried harder.
Interesting. So just going to fill up the board this turn. Nothing wrong with that. And yeah, I feel like he's only going to attack for 2 this turn. No reason to push into Vengeance.
Yeah, just hold there. What is the top deck? It's very important for KAKUSAKI.
Another late game option. I think you have to
2,
Sabar here. You
4,
gotta do it.
6, 8. If you present a follower to run into and remove itself, then the Leaf Man is lethal, I'm pretty sure, right?
Well, let's see. So if Sabar gets played, go back up to 13, evolve it into the other Liza. We're only staring at 2 damage. No, not anywhere close to lethal.
Okay, yeah, because he can just choose to swing it.
Yeah, I think that's the only play. I mean, you can Diabolic Drain this turn, but it gets rid of less. I don't think there's any reason to do that because you know that if another thing like Leaf Man or Liza comes down, you're not really going to get another opportunity to get as much value out of a card like Sabar than right now. So,
Yeah, interesting. All the options kind of opened up, and now Sabar gets a very efficient trade into this board. So I can't imagine that's not the option.
yeah, especially cleaning up both of these Lizas so they can't be bounced again.
Yeah.
Very important. Basically got to take every opportunity, every out that they let you have here without getting a full spell resistance board you want to take.
Try and stop me.
Yeah. Very potentially dangerous situation, and I wonder if GOMMS is going to be somewhat regretting that decision.
Sorry.
We'll have to see.
Well, see, the downside of the other play, though, of just playing the Leaf Man is, yes, you get your opponent really low, but then you don't really have any finishing power.
Yeah, you have to rely on some kind of roach play to do the little bit of damage remaining.
I think this turn will be much the same as last. Basically, just clear up the board, get your opponent to 11, set up for a big turn. But the later this game goes, that Revelation will be castable. If we get to 8 play points, Rev can just be cast without being in Vengeance.
Revelation becomes castable. Temptress Vampire becomes a big source of healing.
Yeah.
And then you'll hit into an Olivia, maybe even.
Yeah, Agroforce has always suffered from the same issue in my mind, and that's just the fact that like all of its cards are really good on the first like 1 to 4 turns. After that, they're all just kind of, you know,
Yeah,
they were
they're
good
tokens.
on turn 1. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
tokens essentially. They're just 1/1s for 1.
Yeah. Which is why I kind of really enjoy Forcecraft lists that go kind of the other way around, right? Where it's like you have bits and pieces of the aggressive package, and that might just boil down to something like Insect Lord, Bramble's Elf Song, right?
Yeah. And then you play bigger combo stuff,
Yep.
like ways to search out the Rhinoceros Roaches and things like that.
Yeah. Okay, well here it is. Another board. Again, just outside of Vengeance and no way to actually enter Vengeance, so Storm, you can take down 1 follower, but
Yeah, it's either Emeralda here or Diabolic Drain. Those are the only 2 options. Honestly, if you leave every follower in play, it's not going to be good. So it looks like he's going to go with the heal option. I like this. This is basically just providing him extra turns because GOMMS doesn't want to push him into Vengeance.
yeah.
until he can actually execute a
Yes.
winning play on the following turn. So
Yeah.
putting himself back up to like things like 13 might be like, it's fine. Realistically, look at the way that the game's been going. Back to 11, fill up the board, but as we get later into this game, Kakusaki's being able to take advantage of that.
Leaf Man on 8. And at this point, I
Here
would
we
assume
go.
just push into Vengeance.
Yep,
So sparkly.
this is good stuff. Emerald is going to be able to come down and take out one thing?
Leaf Man provides protection, can't be damaged.
But the storm.
These effects. Yeah, so I think they can be destroyed, right?
Let's see.
They just can't be damaged.
Yeah.
So that means Emeralda will be able to take down 2.
That's right. But even that is not good enough. Any 2 followers taken down here, still not enough. Still 6 damage left in play. So I think it's kind of hope for a Belphegor, but honestly, these effects against Vengeance Blood, I don't really know what you can do to circumvent that. It's kind of tough.
Yeah. Even if you had a Mask of Black Death, I don't think it would save you, right?
I want it.
All right, so Belphegor, let's see what he can draw. Yep, a lot more of the same. Can't
Yeah.
do anything.
That's it. That's going to be a wrap. And Kakusaki just barely... I almost wonder if it...
Bonk.
You know, if we look at the turns, if he had just let that board stay... Oh, I guess the Brambles would have... I can't remember. Was the Brambles on the board?
The Brambles was on the board, but it
Okay.
was leaving play.
So it would have just opened up a space for Leaf Man to
Right.
drop.
Right.
Because it's definitely... You need to consider... Like, Leaf Man is the only card that'll provide some kind of damage boost. If you pass a turn and take some damage, then you Revelation everything, then
Right.
you're only having to play against Roach.
Right. Yeah, if the board would have remained locked with the Wood of Brambles, I would have said, yeah, probably do nothing, because then you open yourself up the opportunity to rat the board, but
Yeah.
unfortunately
Did not
that's
find
the case.
Belphegor all game, so there was actually no way to put himself into Vengeance. And GOMMS just managed that health total very, very smartly.
Yes, he did. Yeah, GOMMS, I mean, this is exactly how you have to play around Vengeance Blood. You don't go in till you know you have it. Very smartly played.
Yeah, very well done by GOMMS. Respecting the capabilities of the Bloodcraft deck.
And now we get to see Vengeance Blood versus a heavier version of Vengeance Blood. I'm not really sure who wins this matchup. I think that the control variation might have a really good chance in this matchup particularly, just because all of its options in the late game. Like things like Temptress Vampire kind of push this matchup in a different direction once you get late.
Yeah, I agree.
And I really just want to see Dark Angel Olivia.
Yeah,
It's been way too long.
that's
Way too long.
what I'm hoping for.
And I-
Got
I'm
a
honestly
Savage
thinking,
Wolf.
Has it been like over a year now since Dark Angel Olivia?
I feel like it.
Man, it's been so long. Since anybody played it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very rarely seen when the Shadowverse Open started, so
Yeah.
long time.
For now.
Do you go for the value here?
No. No. You go face. Every time. Every time. GOMMS thinking about it though. Don't disappoint me, GOMMS. Go face. When you have the proactive plays, as in you have the 1-drop and the 2-drop, I feel like you become the active player, like player 1, and GOMMS agrees. GOMMS is like, no, you have to trade into my board.
Yeah. Ooh. The Blood Wolf off the top, but I don't think it's an opportunity to actually play it.
No, it's not. I think Spiderweb Imp is the only option if a card wants to be played by Kakusaki here, and that still doesn't feel great, but it's not bad. We'll gum up the board a little bit, but we'll have to take a good amount of damage to play it. Same thing with the Blood Wolf. Not
Yeah.
great here.
Yeah, it's interesting in thinking about Kakusaki's lists here, leading up the playpoint charge, and has the Belphegor, so can access things like Revelation and Diabolic Drain in this game.
That's right. Now, you have to be careful, though, when you're on the play in a matchup like this, because GOMMS will have the first Evolution Orb. And I don't know if you guys are too familiar with the Vengeance versus Vengeance Blood matchups. It doesn't really matter what cards you're playing, because a lot of the cards are similar. If you put yourself at 10 when your opponent has their first Evolution Orb,
Yeah,
they
you
can
can get
just
set
beat
down.
you. They can just beat you immediately.
Yep. Needs to be very careful.
I've seen it happen more times than people would like to care about.
Spiderweb Imp continuing to be an annoyance here.
Mhm.
Do you feel like it's worth it to spend a Razor Claw here?
It's rough. It kind of sets you back. Realistically, next turn you can just evolve over the Spiderweb Imp, and you don't really you're not worried about your Urias dying. So I think just developing the board is probably a little bit safer. Maybe even playing a Baphomet to draw something. You still don't have a Belphegor if you're GOMMS, so that's something that you're looking for. So Baphomet's a good option. It does mean that there will be a value trade for KAKUSAKI, but I think the card draw is pretty valuable. You can just play the Savage Wolf here too and just develop more options.
Yeah, I would probably lean more on the Baphomet. More options is always better. But Savage Wolf is going to be the choice, and that means that the turn is a pass here.
Yeah, this is a pass. This is just basically setting up for evolution next turn.
Ball is in Kakusaki's court. This is where you definitely play the Belphegor.
No. No, this is definitely not where you play the Belphegor.
What are you talking about?
No, you don't do it. It's too scary, man. You get all the options out of your hand that actually help you take damage, exactly like Kakusaki's doing, and then you play the Belphegor. That way you don't hurt yourself even further come future turns. And that was a very good play by Kakusaki. Again, doing everything I was talking about. Next turn he has the option of Belphegor and a Diabolic Drain, and that's going to set him firmly ahead. Because again, GOMMS does not have the option to set himself with Vengeance just yet. No.
Nope.
No.
Yeah. I always thought you just played Belphegor on curve. Always.
No. You got to be careful. This is one of those matchups where you literally have to be careful because, I mean, a couple Razor Claws and one Evolved Follower and you're done already.
Yep. Yeah. Doesn't really bode well when there's a board that can be evolved to pump up and so much damage from hand.
Yeah.
So you can play Belphegor plus Drain, spend and evolve.
I still think that's the best play. You can play Sabwar too. That's also good. But again, you're using your healing option before you play the Belphegor.
Oh.
It's like he's okay with it. Basically what this means is he's just playing a super safe game. He's just like, I don't want to take any chances this game. I'll play my Belphegor when you set me to 10.
Yeah. I also really like that Kakusaki didn't spend an evolve there. Just because it puts some decision making in GOMMS' hands. Again, kind of
and
damage
realistically,
before 10.
Kakusaki doesn't care, if you put him to 10. So
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, evolve that Baphomet to my face. Do it. Do it.
But 2 Razor Claws, and Kakusaki doesn't really know this, there is a lot of reach in GOMMS' hand.
Honestly, there's also this option of, I was just kind of thinking about this, of just like kind of going ham with these Razor Claws. Just like Razor Claw, Evo face, and like basically man up to the challenge. Be like, look, I'm going for it. I've got a Savage Wolf in hand. I've already got some more Storm with another Evolution Orb.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was the Blood Wolf from GOMMS played already?
I don't think so.
1, 2,
no.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if a Blood Wolf is off the top, it is lethal.
That's what I'm saying. Belphegor's crazy weird in this matchup, but I think if he was playing the Belphegor this turn, Diabolic Drain is, is probably the other option. Because again, 1 Evolved Follower, 2 Razor Claws. Like essentially, if the board is even right now and Kakusaki just passes, the game is over.
It's actually still very scary because even if you Diabolic Drain, right, a Savage Wolf plus an Evolve can come down, and then you still have 1 more Evolve for a lethal push.
I'll show you power.
Oh, he didn't heal.
He didn't heal, so that does mean a Blood Wolf off the top is lethal. That's a scary play. That's a scary play. All right. Again, there's only 1 in Unlimited, so pretty unlikely that it would be drawn, but did give himself the opportunity opened up. This is so scary to do this.
The other thing here is 1 play point later, and now you can do that with Savage Wolf, right?
Yeah. Restricted cards. There's not a lot of them in Unlimited.
Yeah.
Just a few, and they're
Student
newer.
Knowledge, Blood Wolf, Arya, Guiding Fairy.
Yeah. Arya Guiding Fairy. Oh my goodness, was that a good one?
Yeah.
Like, I was seeing some pretty nonsensical
multiple
stuff.
0-drop cards going into turn 5 and turn 6.
When you make Rhinoceroach combo lethal on turn 6, you gotta be careful with that one.
Yeah. Because they're not only are they 0-drop, but they're 0-drops that remove themselves after a certain point. So.
All right, so it looks like GOMMS is going to go the route of not putting anything into play, and this is a move we used to see against Control Blood all the time because they need something in play to heal. Can't drain. You can't do those types of things. If you play the Sabwar, you're not getting full value out of it. You're just healing for 2. You're not being able to clear the board.
Does he have 8 in hand?
He has to play the Sabar or else he's gonna lose.
He's 2 off lethal if he plays the Emeralda.
10, 12, yeah, he is.
Oh God.
GOMMS was like, "What's up? Gauntlet thrown. I'm gonna Razor Claw you a couple times. I know you can't lethal me right now."
The instant you commit to the Belphegor, you don't have the option to Sabrewer.
He has to. He has to Sabrewer. That's it. And even with Sabrewer, he still might be dead with the top deck here. Actually, Sabrewer's not even enough.
Sabrewer will put him up to 6. Emeralda will just run you over.
But,
well.
but if he keeps him out of Vengeance, he's got to keep him out of Vengeance here.
Which I think, yeah.
He did. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, so close.
Oh, no.
So close. I think GOMMS can't afford to pass here. He knows that there's going to be
He
too
has
much
to
damage.
remove board, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to do something. Emeralda's a fine option here. Emeralda can be evolved and clear out 2 followers here. And he does have an Evolution Orb to spare.
Man, that was really putting KAKUSAKI to the test.
Yeah, yeah. That was really heads-up play by KAKUSAKI, knowing what he's up against. He's like, I'm at 4. That's 1 Savage Wolf, 1 Blood Wolf. I have to heal.
Yeah. Gosh. Okay, so what is GOMMS' safest option out here now? Because that is a lot of damage staring down.
Yeah, all of his followers do not match up well. Like, he doesn't have a play outside of playing the Savage Wolf, which is a card he doesn't want to use defensively, to actually clear a follower off this board and not have a follower in play.
Yeah.
There's no other way to kind of do this.
Almost has to be the Emeralda. And the Emeralda is just going to get baned away. Which I think is probably the best, right?
I mean, it's either going to get baned away or it's going to get Sabard. It'll probably get Diabolic Drain plus Emeralda, as a matter of fact, just so that there's more healing done.
How do you appraise this board? If you play Emeralda, you get rid of the 6/4. Do you swing into the Bane saying, hey, it's higher defense, it's harder to come by?
I don't know. He's got, I mean, he's, actually, no, never mind. I just said that there was no way to clear off his board. This is exactly how you do it, because he can run into the Bane. So never mind. This is the perfect setup, because again, he keeps his board clear. No Diabolic Drain targets.
Maintains the lethal potential here.
That's right. Still has that Evolution Orb left. Only needs 1 more damage off the top of his deck. 1.
Yeah. Emeralda Evolve will be able to push alongside the Baphomet or the Baphomet Evolve, whichever way you want to do that. But is there more consideration for playing safety?
Yeah, I think you need wards. So I think this is the turn where you go Belphegor and you hope that you draw Spiderweb.
2, 4, Razor Claw. Yeah. I think Belphegor is probably actually your best option in both cases, aggressive and defensive.
Got a Spiderweb Imp. Okay. And can play the Urias behind this if he wants to.
I think you may as well not put them into Vengeance. I even would... Do you think you could leave him at 14 here?
You can.
If you put him to 12, there is a world where he can Spiderweb it and then do crazy things.
Actually, I think you're right. I think that's the same consideration for Urias as well. Urias is very weird in this matchup because it can let your opponent push themselves into Vengeance. So it's a weird option. If he doesn't do any damage this turn, he's got a setup of 6, 7, plus 6 from hand. So it's only 13 damage. And, oh, he does have the Razor Claw. All right, he is playing the Urias.
He's going for the Urias.
All right.
Oh, boy.
So, oh, wow.
Okay.
And he attacked.
Oh,
that's not it. That's not
Is that
it.
over? I don't know how you clear any of the board.
Oh, my goodness. He was so close.
He just drew a lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing at the end.
There's only 2 things that can affect the board. Your Evolve.
Yeah, there's nothing to do here.
Can't do it. Spiderweb Imp's defense value is too high.
So good. That's exactly what he needed. That's what we called off the top for Belphegor. Played the Urias. A little scary to play the Urias, even though it seems like it would be a more positive play. But GOMMS just not drawing the options when he needed to. Had this game in the bag. Played it really well.
Yeah.
Kept his board clean. Basically cutting off a lot of the options for KAKUSAKI, but it's not good enough.
Yeah. This is rough. The only way to get past the Spiderweb Imp is to evolve the Wolf. Oh, actually, you can evolve the Cursed Brand. I forgot about that.
Yep, and then
you activated
Baphomet, which he's going to have to do.
Yep.
But as we know, there's an Emeralda plus a Razor Claw in hand, which will end the game.
Let me bathe in a bloodbath.
That's right.
I mean, honestly, both of these players played very well. Like,
Yeah.
This was a very close game in Vengeance Blood, and it wasn't even the control elements of Kakasaki's deck that won him this game. It was just regular Vengeance Blood cards.
Yeah, it was understanding a lot of the reach that was available. And there it is. Emeralda comes down, takes down the ward.
Aw, man, you beat me.
So GOMMS has to tap out, and the series goes 1-1. Kakusaki is going to lean on the Shadowcraft deck.
Yeah, well, I thought GOMMS had that in the bag and then just kept bricking.
Yeah.
Kept drawing those bricks.
Yeah, I think it was 3 big turns in a row where there was nothing.
I mean, the Ambling Wraith was fine, but he needed to find one more Ambling Wraith. Like, that's the type of brick that you're okay with because it deals some damage.
Yeah. You can make that one work. It's going to be Dark Alice Shadow.
Oh, my goodness, no way.
It is.
Get out of here.
It's going to be Dark
Alice.
Shadow.
Get out.
Of course.
Get out.
It's the best Shadowcraft deck there is for Unlimited.
Time to get
You know, actually, my one loss in group stages of the Grand Prix mode was to a Dark Alice deck. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was playing my Dragoncraft deck, and he was playing like neutral Dark Alice, so he had a lot of cards. Oh, he's got a possible
If there's
turn
a 1
two.
drop, get it.
Aw.
No.
That's all right though. Still pretty quick. Still pretty quick. Does have the Atomy in hand, so Kakasaki, of course, are playing Atomy.
This is still what I would consider very clunky, though. There's no card draw. There's no turn 3 play, right? So you're actually still... It looks good, but it could just fail spectacularly.
It could.
Okay.
It could.
But now it's not, because you can play
So
Goblin
this
and Haunted
this
House.
this is something interesting. So Kakasaki decided to play out his Haunted House on turn 1, right?
Yeah.
It could go away before he draws a follower that he can actually keep in play, and then he would just lose a permanent. So,
Yeah.
very interesting. Very interesting choice to play that Haunted House immediately.
I think he'll be fine now. If you play the Goblin in the Haunted House, well, I guess if the Goblin gets removed on the next turn, then you can't play the Atomy off of it, but I don't know if you have much of a choice.
I think you have to just kind of go in here and hope you top deck something, because he can't do it with the cards that he has access to. And if he doesn't play the Goblin this turn, he might draw a 3-drop or something like that and not be able to do it. I'm not sure how many 3-drops are in the deck, but
my food.
like a Frozen Mammoth or something like that.
Oh, Frozen Mammoth would be stellar.
Oh, all right. Got the great option here, but like you said, no card draw. This is all in Adam. All in, turn 3. If you can beat it, you got me. If you can't, you're done.
All Anatomy. I like that. Okay, say goodbye to the ward. Is there any other defensive card here? No.
Not yet.
You are about to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is insane. So I think you have to build up damage on the Atomy so you can try to take care of it. Angel the Word to start that.
Okay.
And then next turn, you can evolve something and Angel of the Word.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, unless
Necro's
Kakasaki
dead
could draw
card, yeah.
something decent, I don't know how he's actually going to finish this game
Yeah.
off.
You've just helped your opponent get into Vengeance. You're going to have to play one of your Dark Generals, right?
Well, you can play
4,
the...
6,
oh, no,
8.
actually, yeah.
Yeah,
This turn,
you have
that's
to play
it.
one of your Dark Generals. That's just enough to get rid of the Atomy.
Yep.
We've seen this happen. We've seen Atomy do something like this. But I feel like, especially against Vengeance Blood,
Or you
this
just
is...
put them into 10
Yeah.
immediately. Like, it's pretty rough, yeah.
Oh, no.
All right.
This might be another one for the
Karen
Blood
went off the top. Karen went off the top. Let's go.
I mean, even if you do get Kirduin, next turn you have Bane, right?
It's true.
And then you get closer to Emeralda, so things get much more controlled beyond this point.
And it looks like Kakasaki has a very similar list to the one that we saw Reaperpone running. He's got
Yeah.
the Zeus in there.
Andrew Alpha's not the most fantastic, but I think at this point you just kind of have to...
I think
Do
you
it.
have to wait so that you have a target for your Necro Assassin, because if you just kind of throw away your Andrew Alphys, you might not get anything next turn. Like, this is such an awkward draw.
Oh, no.
This is like not the deck you want to break against when you put them at 10 already.
Yeah.
Because they can just start employing all of their threats for full value. Didn't even evolve the Andrew Alphys.
Okay.
Yikes. But I don't
Yeah.
think GOMMS is going to care. I think GOMMS is just all face playing from now on.
Yeah. Oh, man, the Ambling Wraith, too.
Yeah, evolve this Dark General. Go face. Let's go. Let's go. Finish this game.
This is one of the things that I feel like we've criticized Atomy a lot for,
Yeah.
right?
No fallback potential.
Okay. I guess you may as well swing face. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yep. Got to clear
Yep.
board.
Do the Necro Assassin.
Well, probably Demon Eater first. Draw more cards. Now, he did put himself into a situation, okay, where Deathly Tyrant could be lethal at some point, but again, only 6 shadows, 7 shadows now.
Yeah.
Kind of far away from
Slowly
that.
building up to it, but there's so much storm damage that's available. Oh, nice. Got another Demon Eater.
Okay, has another Atomy play, but again, Scarlet Savoir can't answer another Atomy when it comes down.
Yeah. Belphegor. I think drawing is very valuable right now for GOMMS.
Oh yeah, also has an Emeralda for that too. So plenty of ways to deal with a big Atomy.
Yeah. I feel like for GOMMS, the more you draw, you want to find the Razory Claws, the Savage Wolves, the
faster you end this game, the better for you. Because if KAKUSAKI does manage to stretch this game out, he does have the possibility to win. Okay, looks like he's just gonna go wide.
Nice. That's actually fantastic.
Yeah, that was really great. And he has the Ambling Wraith or the Belphegor to set him back into Vengeance if he so chooses. Okay, just going with an Evolve defensively here. Interesting.
It's so quiet.
Okay.
All right, so there's the first delineation with KAKUSAKI's deck. He's got more than one Zeus in it. Oh, he's got a lot more than one Zeus in it.
Oh no, that doesn't feel good at all. That is not something you want to see. The only active cards you have is a Lurching Corpse and the Demon Eater.
Yep, and that's gonna have to be played. Honestly speaking, it might even be. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't want to play the Staircase to Paradise either, so hoping to draw something. Got a Skull Ring. Okay, that's some business.
Skull Ring.
Into Atomy.
Skeleton. Yeah. Man, I don't know. I guess you don't have an Evolution Orb, but the Emeralda will actually be able to just move Atomy.
Yep. That's why I was kind of like wondering why he used the Evolution Orb on the Pure-Hearted Singer, because realistically the only way you're going to lose this matchup is if you just can't, like, take something down.
Yeah. Yeah, that basically eliminates the Sabrura as an option for that.
As a matter of fact, Sabrura doesn't even do anything against this board, really.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to hit the Lurching Corpse. You hit the Atomy, it's not going to matter that much.
You have to just Emeralda. And the thing here is, Emeralda is great, has a Storm, right? So you can actually still push more face damage. So I think at this point, yeah, you have to evolve the Atomy.
Got to.
Just because that's the only way you can continue this pace, right? You don't want to fall behind in that sense. Oh, no.
Interesting.
4-7. Oh, man. Oh, man.
All right, yeah, Emeralda coming down. 7 damage to the Dome piece.
Yeah. How do you get this game under control?
I don't know. I don't know what a top deck could be right now. Okay,
Oh,
that's a
gosh.
start. That's a start.
Oh, gosh. I guess you have to just try again.
Has to find.
Oh!
Oh, pretty good.
And the Necro Assassin and the
Pretty
Deathly
good.
Tyrant.
Pretty good.
Oh, but you're quickly running out of options.
Oh my goodness. If KAKUSAKI manages to win this game, color me impressed, my man.
15 Shadows. Hungering Horde is not it, but he's going to draw one more card off the top here. Very, very close. Razory Claw? Nope.
Oh, God.
Nope. Okay.
It's like gold to me.
Oh, you have to hit it. You have to.
No!
Oh, my God. Do it again.
Just keep drawing cards, man.
Is he dead if he does that? He has to Dialogue Drain, I feel like.
Yeah, if he doesn't play any type of defensively this turn, he will just lose to the Deathly Tyrant. Doesn't matter if it has 20 shadows
Yeah.
or not, still
It'll
3-3
do
with Storm.
3. Yep. So he has to Diabolic Drain GOMMS.
What a game. What a game this turned into. We were like, he's just dead on turn 3. No, definitely not. If he can make it to turn 10, I think he's got a really good shot to win this game.
Yeah.
He's got 3 Zeuses.
Yeah, and remember, no more Evolution Orbs on the sides of KAKUSAKI, so we're not going to see any fancy Sarah doing no work.
Yeah.
You know.
Sarah not doing any work anymore
Yeah.
without any Evolution Orbs. All right. Let's see. I think he's going to clear the board. I don't see any reason not to. Play this Hungering Horde.
Yeah.
Get this entire board under control.
17 Shadows, if he does. Even if he doesn't, realistically.
Yeah, 17's not 20, though.
Yeah. Can you get 20 in 3 play points?
I think that's it. I don't think there's anything Kakasaki can do anymore.
It's
So
over.
he's gonna draw a card. Oh, he can
You
draw,
can draw another card.
Kakasaki, make the dream come true. He can play the Deathly Tyrant to clear 2 damage, but
There's still the Blood Wolf and the Belphegor to search. You have to find a Raging Claw at this point, right? 3 draws.
it doesn't even matter at this point. The Blood Wolf's enough with any, or with the Belphegor remaining. The Deathly Tyrant can only take out the 2/3, so Deathly Tyrant is a losing play. It looks like the safe option right now, but we know it's a losing play. He's got a Gloomy Necromancer. If he Gloomy Necromancers, he'll have 5 play points to work with. He needs to clear off the 4/4 at the moment. Is there anything in his deck that can do that? All right, he's going to go with the safe option, and that's going to close it out.
Oh, Kakusaki. This is the elimination turn 2. GOMMS is going to be feeling bad. It wasn't even off the top.
No.
It was
He's
a
been
Curse
saving this
Brand
one.
Vampire. But that's it.
Whew. What
Yeah.
a match.
This is another, a turn 3 Atomy that we
Turn
saw
3 Atomy.
turn into a loss.
Yeah, but like, I thought it was going to be over immediately. That
Yeah.
was a game.
Yeah.
That was a legit game where I was like, oh my god, Kakasaki
Yeah.
might actually do this.
Yeah.
He needed to survive for one more turn to take over that game.
Atomy is always this deck that I feel like you absolutely need to get the card draw alongside.